This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. I'm Alex Brown. Marian University is launching a new apprenticeship program aimed at addressing Indiana's growing teacher shortage. Leanne Kwiatkowski, Dean of the Klipsch Educators College at Marian, says the Grow Your Own Teacher Apprenticeship program is designed to support current non-licensed school employees in grades K through 6 by giving them a pathway to become licensed teachers.
We know that we have many schools that are struggling to fill all their classrooms. And then secondly, we've heard from principals that they have some outstanding instructional assistants in classrooms that they would love to get up in front of classrooms. So this really will solve both of those.
The new program will launch this fall. AdKev, a manufacturer of injected molded parts for the automotive, industrial, and appliance markets in the Newton County town of Goodland, is adding to its portfolio. The company has acquired Illinois-based Winsler Gear, though financial terms were not disclosed. AdKev says all of Winsler's employees will be retained. Elkhart-based ITR Concession Company, the operator of the Indiana Toll Road, has announced upcoming overnight closures for 3 of its toll plazas in Elkhart and St. Joseph counties for toll lane safety improvements. The first closure will begin next Monday at the Mishawaka Exit 83, running through August 2nd. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Indiana's economy is on the move, and every region has a role to play. Join IBJ Media and Inside Indiana Business for the Innovate Indiana series, presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. We're traveling to 10 regions across the state to spotlight business growth, workforce development, innovation, and Indiana's tech hubs. Don't miss this front row look at Indiana's future and the growth opportunities in your region. Find out when we'll be in your area at ibj.com/innovate.
Indiana's Elite Task Force 1 has deployed 35 more emergency responders for search and recovery efforts to flood-devastated Texas. IIB's Marek Mazurek has more.
Members arrived just half a day after the Federal Emergency Management Agency's orders came through at 3 p.m. Sunday, thanks to some help from a Texan CEO of an Indiana company. The initial deployment of 49 team members found that when they were activated on July 8th, a bus takes about 18 straight hours on the road. Task Force 1 Chief Tom Neal was considering air travel for the second deployment, but nabbing 35 last-minute seats would have been, quote, an arduous task at best, according to Indianapolis Fire Department spokeswoman Rita Wright. Neal was looking at flights around the time that a member of the initial deployment was in Texas, chatting with Andy Ivankovich, the CEO of Carmel-based lending software firm Baker Hill. Ivankovich had stopped by to offer supplies. Before leaving, he asked what else was needed. Within hours, the members were leaving Indianapolis International Airport on a charter plane paid for by Ivankovich. Ivankovich lives near the flooded area in Texas. Baker Hill Chief Marketing Officer Jason Archer also helped coordinate. Task Force members landed at 4 a.m. Monday as a Type 1 incident team, a label reserved for the most complex disasters that require national resources, according to FEMA. According to CBS News, at least 132 people have been confirmed as killed in the July 4th flash flooding, with more than 160 still listed as missing. I'm Marek Mazurek for Inside Indiana Business Radio.
A proposed $832 million data center project in Michigan City does not have the support of city leaders, with Mayor Angie Nelson Deutsch saying the city and the developer could not come to an agreement on tax abatements. The project has already received tax abatements from the Indiana Economic Development Corporation that would total $42 million over 35 years if the build-out happens as planned. In exchange, the data center developer, whose identity has still not been made public, promised to create 30 jobs by 2034. However, in a recent statement provided to our partners at the Times of Northwest Indiana, the mayor said the end user's proposal had, quote, limited job creation and no assurances of community reinvestment or substantial tax impact, end quote. Indiana Office of Entrepreneurship and Innovation leader Brian Schutt is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for 93 WIBC. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.